Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel. We are standing right here in the heart of Kyoto, Japan. And I am already absolute.
That's right, guys. Today we're taking you to 3 of Kyoto's most iconic spots: Arashiyama, Nijo Castle, and the legendary Golden Pavilion.
Completely speechless. We just hopped off the JR Sagano line at Sago Arashiyama station. And honestly, the moment I stepped out, the fresh mountain air and the sound of rustling leaves completely melted all my travel exhaust.
Kakuji. Arashiyama sits in the western outskirts of Kyoto, and the fastest way here from Kyoto Station is the Junior Sagano line. Just 15 minutes and only 240 yen. And then it's a short 5 to 10 minute walk to the main attraction.
Away. And you can also rent a bicycle right at the station for about 1,000 yen. That's only around $10, which honestly sounds so fun for exploring all these temples spread out.
Attractions. Arashiyama has been a beloved destination since the Heian period, when nobles would come here to enjoy the natural scenery. And the entire district has this incredible layered history that goes back over 1,000 years. The bamboo
across the district. Okay, so we just entered the famous bamboo grove. And I have to tell you, this is one of those places that no photo on Instagram actually does justice. The bamboo towers so high above you and the filtered light gives it this otherworldly.
Path here is about 500 meters long and completely free to enter. The grove dates back to the Edo period. And the best insider tip is to arrive as early as possible in the morning to beat the crowds and get that magical, quiet atmosphere. There are about 120 wild
green glow. After the grove, we walked over to Iwatayama Monkey Park. And I was not prepared. It's about a 20-minute hike up the hill. My legs were burning. But when you reach the top and see wild Japanese macaques just hanging out everywhere.
Japanese macaques living up on Arashiyama Mountain. And staff actually feed them daily. You can even toss them pieces of apple. But remember never to look them in the eyes and never try to pet them, as they are still wild animals. For the best overall Arashiyama experience.
It is so worth it. The views of Kyoto City from the top of that Monkey Park hill were honestly some of the best panoramic views I've seen on this entire trip. I just stood there in silence for a few minutes soaking in.
I'd strongly recommend visiting in late November when the autumn foliage peaks, or in late March to early April for cherry blossoms. These are the 2 most spectacular seasons here by far. Yoshimura is open from around 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It all in. For food, we stopped at Arashiyama Yoshimura, a soba restaurant right by the Togetsukyo Bridge overlooking the Katsura River. I ordered their hand-cut soba with a seasonal broth, and honestly it was one of the most meditative, delicious meals I've ever.
And for a more casual bite, the main Arashiyama street called Nakanasama Dori is lined with shops selling everything from croquettes to traditional Kyoto sweets. Perfect for snacking as you wander. Absolutely. And if you want a relaxing sit-down breakfast before diving in.
Ever had. My biggest travel tip for Arashiyama. Please go early in the morning. We got to the bamboo grove just after 8 a.m. and had almost the whole path to ourselves. But by 10 a.m. it was absolutely packed.
Check out the Cafe Bread to Espresso, open from 8 a.m. and located near Tenryuji. It's cozy, quiet, and a perfect way to fuel up for a full day of exploring. Nijo Castle, or Nijo-jo, was built in 1603
with tour groups. Okay. We've now made our way to Nijo Castle in central Kyoto. And walking through that enormous east gate for the first time, I literally felt like I'd been transported back into feudal Japan. The scale of this place is
3 as the Kyoto residence of Tokugawa Ieyasu, the very first shogun of the Edo period. It was later designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. And it's one of the best preserved castle complexes in all of Japan. The castle opens at 8:40.
Breathtaking. The Karaman Gate alone stopped me in my tracks. All those intricate wood carvings and that Chinese-inspired architecture felt so lavish. And I kept thinking about all the powerful figures who must have walked through it over 4 centuries.
5 a.m. and closes at 5 p.m. And admission is 1,300 yen for adults, which includes entry to the Ninamaru Palace. There's also a spring evening illumination event running from March 19th through April 19th, 2026, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., which sounds
Inside the Ninamaru Palace, we had to remove our shoes to walk on the famous Nightingale floors, and the moment you step on them, they squeak and chirp under your feet. It honestly gave me chills thinking that this was an actual security system against assassins. Something to
absolutely stunning. Those Nightingale floors were deliberately designed to squeak under even the lightest footstep as a security measure. And walking through the tatami-covered rooms with their beautifully painted sliding fusuma doors feels like walking inside a living museum of Edo period architecture. The castle grounds are
No. Photography is strictly prohibited inside the Ninamaru Palace. So put your camera away and just let yourself be fully present in that incredible space. Trust me, it's a different kind of experience when you're not behind a lens. The Seiryu
are also famous for their cherry blossoms. There are nearly 400 cherry trees of late-blooming varieties. So the sakura season here typically stretches from late March all the way through April, making it one of the best cherry blossom spots in all of Kyoto. To get here, take the Karasuma subway line to
Karaben Garden. Inside the grounds has over 1,000 precisely arranged stones and 2 traditional tea houses. I sat by the garden for a while, and it was honestly one of the most peaceful moments of my whole trip to Japan. For
Karasuma Oik Station and transfer to the Tozai Line. Get off at Nijojo-mei Station, which is the closest stop, and it's only about a 15-minute ride from Kyoto Station for just 260 yen. Budget at least 2 to 3 hours for Nijo
food near Nijo Castle. There's a cafe right inside the grounds. But my honest recommendation is to head to nearby Nishiki Market, Kyoto's famous covered street food paradise. Just a short bus or taxi ride away. For a proper lunch with all the local
castle. There's the Ninamaru Palace, the Hanmaru Palace, which reopened to the public in September 2024 and requires advance reservation. The gardens and the old castle keep foundation with great views over the whole complex. Kinkaku-ji was originally built in 13
flavors. Arriving now at Kinkaku-ji, the Golden Pavilion. And I have absolutely no words. That 3-story structure covered in gold leaf, reflecting perfectly on the mirror pond below is, without a doubt, the most visually stunning thing I have seen in my entire
97 as the retirement villa of Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimitsu. And after his death it was converted into a Zen temple. The top 2 floors are completely covered in real gold leaf. And each of the 3 floors represents a different style of Japanese architecture. Kinkaku-ji is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Life of travel. What blew my mind is that you actually walk along a one-way garden path around the pond. So the pavilion keeps appearing between the trees from different angles. Every single turn gives you a completely new, breathtaking view of it shimmering in the water.
365 days a year, with admission at 500 yen for adults and 300 yen for students. And your entry ticket is given in a traditional Ofuda talisman paper format, which makes a beautiful keepsake for those who want to avoid the worst.
My absolute favorite moment was arriving right after 3 p.m. when the morning rush had died down. The afternoon light hit the gold leaf at this warm, honeyed angle, and the reflection on the pond was so perfect. It looked almost computer-generated. I was genuinely emotional.
Crowds. The area near the entrance tends to be busiest in the morning, so arriving after 3 p.m. often gives you a calmer, more photogenic experience, and the one-way route takes about 40 minutes to an hour at a relaxed pace. To get to Kinkaku-ji from Kyoto Station.
After the pavilion loop, near the exit there's a spot selling matcha soft serve and also gold leaf ice cream. I tried the matcha one and it was smooth, earthy, and the perfect sweet ending to the whole visit. Absolutely do not skip that.
Take Kyoto City Bus number 205 for 230 yen and get off at the Kinkaku-ji Michi stop. But if the bus is too crowded, the smarter move is taking the Karasuma subway line to Kataoji Station and then a short 10-minute taxi for about 1,500 yen. 3 legendary spot.
Okay, so wrapping up this incredible day. Arashiyama's bamboo groves and wild monkeys. Nijo Castle's nightingale floors and feudal grandeur. And Kinkaku-ji's jaw-dropping golden reflection. Kyoto genuinely delivered on every single expectation, and that's
a 4.5-star rating across the board. And honestly some of the best value sightseeing in the world. Arashiyama is free to explore. Nijo Castle is 1,300 yen. And Kinkaku-ji is just 500 yen. Kyoto is a must on every serious traveler's bucket list.
And completely shattered them. If this video made you want to book a flight to Kyoto right now, same. I'm already looking at tickets again. Please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure. And drop a comment below telling us which of these 3 spots you'd visit first.
We'll be back very soon with more in-depth Kyoto content, including hidden temples, local food tours, and our full day-by-day itinerary guide. Until then, safe travels everyone.